I am Sue Goodwin, and I am going to lead us in prayer in a minute, but I have an announcement first. That the session, I am one of the elders or the elected leaders of the church, and on Tuesday night we had our monthly meeting, and we felt we needed to share some things with the congregation. I wrote some notes so I wouldn't forget, so I'll apologize for reading things. And I'm definitely going to apologize to our visitors and our new folks. I feel a little like we've invited you for dinner and now we're going to have a family business meeting and hash out some things. So please know this is not directed at you. But our church finances right now are not looking terrific. So it is true that, well, at this point we are $18,000 behind where we had budgeted ourselves to be at this time. Now, I am not telling you the church is closing. I'm not telling you anything like that, so please don't set your hair on fire. And the fact is that summer is often a time when giving at all churches decreases as people vacation and move away. And some folks give a big gift at the end of the year. But we felt like we needed to let you know that now. Each month we are dipping into our savings account, and all of us who have savings accounts know that cannot be sustained indefinitely to meet the expenses. I assure you that the ministry teams have worked very hard to make sure that they're operating on bare bones, and they actually are spending less than we had budgeted this year. So our fervent prayer is that going into next year, we won't have to cut programs or staff. But here's what I'm here to ask from you, is that we need your prayers. First of all, if you are one of the, what churches calls giving units, which is kind of a horrendous phrase, but if you are one of the families that fills out a pledge card and gives regularly, we say thank you. That helps us know what income to anticipate and is important. So we thank you for that, and we ask you to pray about whether you might be able to go beyond what you pledged this year. If you are someone who does not fill out a pledge card, it's never too late. There are some in a little table just as you exit. You could do that now for the remainder of the year. It does help us to have some idea of what income we're likely to have. It's kind of as if your boss said, great, you're hired, I'll pay you, but I'm not going to tell you what, and I'm not going to tell you when. That's kind of how a church operates when we don't have a pledge card. But we're not forcing that by any means. And then, of course, there are some folks who consider this their church home, but maybe aren't members, maybe haven't done a pledge card before. And we just ask you to pray about your own giving in all of those categories. All of the elders are praying about how we can go beyond what we have pledged for this year and going forward. It's part of our spiritual life, right, to give back to God out of gratitude. In November, we will do our regular stewardship campaign. That's the season when it usually happens in a lot of churches. And so you will be asked about filling out a pledge card for the next calendar year. But we really wanted to encourage folks now to consider giving. I give electronically, and some people might say, well, that's cheating. You don't have to write the check every month, or you don't feel it going out. But I know it comes out immediately when I get paid, and so I know the church will get paid first and isn't going to get waylaid by the car needs a new tire or whatever things come up. We have faith that God has plans for Trinity Presbyterian Church in West Sacramento, and He is faithful. So we would ask you to pray for the elders and your church leaders as we are discerning how to be good stewards of what we have and how to plan for our spending in the coming year. So please pray for us, and then pray for God's provision. I know that He has plans for this place, and He cherishes us and will come through. So we felt like we needed to have you kind of just know where things stand right now, so that if you feel moved, maybe you can do something to help us bring that gap a little closer.